All right. There's too much light. I think this will work. So, hi, how's everyone doing? I am doing really well. It's just a little hot. No, don't fall. I've been requested to talk about my concert experiences in the past. It's not highly requested, but it has been requested in this channel, and I don't know if you may know this, but if I get a very vague topic like that, I will talk for hours. Just because I don't know where to start and I'll just keep going around in circles. So I decided to go on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. My username is Neuzeth, just like it is here on YouTube. And I decided to ask you guys to ask me questions. Specific questions that you guys want to know about music, about concerts, and about meeting bands. First question. Do you ever feel like you lose some of your hearing after a concert? So normally this only happens if I'm in a very small venue and it's really loud. Which does happen. Like here in San Diego, the Cospa is like a little shack, so it gets super loud, and then if I don't protect my ears, which has happened, I end up with a lot of ringing for the rest of the night and sometimes in the morning as well. It's really hot outside today. So one thing that I've been doing recently is I've been wearing earbuds because I just need to protect my hearing a little bit more. I'm not that young. So these ones I bought at Walmart. So they're for swimming, but any earbuds will do. As long as you can protect your ears, it's gonna pay off in the long run. You can even use the little foamy ones that you get at airports or sometimes hotels. Those work as well. I like these because it has a little cord, so even if I'm in a music festival, if I'm jumping or moving around and one of them kind of slides off, I won't lose it in the crowd. I know there's earbuds specifically made for concerts. I still haven't invested in one, but yeah, if you experience some hearing loss or a lot of like just ringing after the shows, definitely get some earbuds. How do you meet the artists after the concerts? There's never any guarantee that you're gonna meet anyone after a concert, because not all bands or artists will meet fans after the shows, and also it's not a feasible thing at every single venue. If you're going to a huge venue like an arena or a big amphitheater or a music festival, then you can forget about it. It's not gonna happen because they have the artists and their tour buses and everything. In most places will be in a secluded area where there's security and stuff. So yeah, it's not gonna happen at a big venue, and it's not gonna happen for a big band. Most of the bigger artists nowadays have VIP packages that go along with their tickets. There'll be like an add-on like, hey, for $300 more you can meet Bag and Trader. But even like Haim has had like a add-on to meet them and take a picture with them. So there's that for more popular artists. I've never done that, so I can't really tell you if it's worth it or not. I guess it's up to you. If you really like that artist and you want to guarantee meet and greet with them, then you can do that, but it's just too much. But at smaller venues with bands that are maybe not as mainstream, not as popular, then yeah, the chances might be a little bit better. What I used to do pre-Instagram days was look at tagged pictures on MySpace and Facebook, and if I would see pictures of that group or artist with fans, then I knew that maybe it would be worth the risk, like staying after the show and try to meet them. But now with Instagram, it's so much easier, just because, I mean, it's so easy to just look through their tagged pictures once again and see if there's a trend of them meeting fans after the show. So that's what I typically do. But apart from that, I just wait after a show. I will wait typically near their tour bus, but not every single artist has a tour bus nowadays. Some of them just have a little car or van. But if you see other people waiting, and there will always be other people waiting, I will just wait where there's people around. And that's, yeah, I mean, you don't know how long or how little you will wait around. I've waited around for 15 minutes and the artist instantly comes out. I've waited hours as well. And sometimes, especially if you're waiting for a group, it's not guaranteed that everyone's gonna come out and greet fans. I don't know if you can see, there's a Killers album over there. So only 1 out of the 4 members actually came out and autographed. So, I mean, there's a risk. It's not a bad risk. I mean, the only thing that you're wasting and risking is your time. Do you deal with crowd anxiety? If so, how the heck do you deal with it? I miss concerts. So, everyone's anxiety, I feel, is triggered by different things. I personally do not get anxiety from being in a crowded place, especially a concert, just because I love music, I love concerts, and typically I'm able to tune out everyone around me and just focus on what's ahead of me. Yeah, I don't really get anxiety. I have had a panic attack at Coachella, actually, after I crowd surfed to get out of the front. It was a very stressful situation. But apart from that, all of the concerts and music festivals have been pretty chill with me. I like being, and I like feeling like nobody knows who I am. And I'm just like one in a sea of thousands of people. Nobody knows me. I just really like that. It makes me very, it's kind of comforting in a way. I know this is not relating to the question, but my type of anxiety definitely gets triggered by being in a smaller, confined space where people know who I am. I just don't like it. Is this a little irresponsible? I don't know. But usually if I'm gonna go to a place that triggers my anxiety, I will take a little bit of CBD. That kind of mellows me out. Next question, what is your concert bucket list? So I've been really really fortunate that I've been able to cross out a lot of artists, but one that I would love to see, and I will cry the moment I see that band, is Daft Punk. Daft Punk. I didn't get the chance to see them during their last tour, which was freaking forever ago now, and I'm still just waiting for them to announce a show, and the day they do, I will fly out anywhere to see them. I just posted a meme on my Instagram, this meme, and it's totally me. I always just go buy the ticket and then I worry about everything else. I worry about asking for the time off and finding hotel rooms and saving, and I'm really bad, but it's worth it. Another artist I really want to see is Kylie Minogue. It looks like a really fun show and I love her music, so I would love to see her. Rosalia, I would love to see her. Kim Petras, I haven't seen. I would love to see Lizzo. Jack White, I've never seen Jack White just by himself. I've seen him with the Dead Weather when they only had 1 album out, but Jack White would be cool. I mean, the White Stripes would be ideal, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen again, so I'll be cool with just seeing Jack White. I know the Rockin' Tours are gonna be playing next week. Maybe I'll go last minute. How do you get good tickets? Also, how do you save so many shows? There's a sad crying emoji. It's a very complex answer. Most of the time I will try to get into whatever pre-sale that's going on. So I do follow my local radio stations. They usually will tweet out or post like a pre-sale code, especially if it's an artist that they play a lot in their radio station. If you have Citibank, I know sometimes Citi runs their own pre-sale, so that's worth checking out. So I will normally try to get a pre-sale. They'll just make it a lot better, but you do have to log in at the time the pre-sale starts. That's the key, because they do have a limited amount of tickets. Once they're out of tickets, the pre-sale closes, and then you have to wait for the general sale, which does happen at times, but again, you have to log on at the time that the tickets go on sale, especially if it's a concert that's on high demand. If it's a smaller band, not super mainstream, not on high demand, then you can buy tickets whenever. I mean, a lot of my smaller shows, I will just go onto the venue's website. I'm like, oh, what? That band's playing? Okay, let me buy a ticket, and it's no big deal. But for artists like Phoenix and the Killers, especially if they're playing in a city where they're really, really popular, you do have to try to beat everyone else. Here's a little tip though. If it's a show that's really on demand and you want to increase your chances of getting a ticket, download said apps on your phone. So there's a Ticketmaster app, there's a Live Nation app, there's an AXS app. Download them because sometimes the actual websites will be very congested. They'll be either slow, they'll crash. Whatever you think might happen can happen just because the browsers and the servers actually are very congested. So sometimes you're able to buy the tickets a lot quicker through the apps just because it's a lot less congested. I don't know how it works, but it has. I purchased Coachella passes through the app. Sometimes it also does pay off to buy tickets last minute, so you can either go on Ticketmaster. Even if it's a sold out show, there's times that they release a few tickets, but yeah, you will typically see a few tickets released maybe the night before the concert or the day before the concert. Another thing that I've been doing more recently is going on StubHub the day of the show because people will lower the price of the tickets that they're trying to sell. What was the other question? Oh, how do you save? Here's the thing, I barely go out. I am super introverted. I like not going out. I don't really eat out all that much. I don't go to bars. I don't shop all that much. I know it's hard to believe, I really don't. So there's that. That saves me quite a bit of money. I also do live at home, so I don't have to worry about rent. That saves me a little bit of money, but I do have other bills obviously that I need to pay. There's car insurance, there's my car, there's phone. But any money that I don't spend on eating out, you know, going out, will kind of be like my concert money. I also do normally have two sources of revenue. So we'll have like my full-time job, which right now I'm in between jobs. Yeah, it's not that fun. So we'll have my full-time job, really weird hand demos, and I will also have a little bit of YouTube revenue. So that helps. YouTube is not that much, but it helps to fund a few concerts or sometimes pay my bills. So that's nice. Next question, what's your go-to concert outfit that keeps you cool in the crowd? So typically, I don't ever overthink my outfits, and they're quite plain for the most part. I'm very much a jeans and a t-shirt type of gal. I know it's kind of like taboo for some people, I don't know why, but I personally do like wearing the band's t-shirt that I'm going to see. I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I do. I mean, with Phoenix, they just have really cool shirts. But yeah, normally I wear jeans and a t-shirt. It has to be really, really cold for me to take a jacket, which it was when I went to see the Killers in Salt Lake City in January. So that time I had to wear a jacket and gloves and all of that, and then I just packed them all in my bag during the concert because I got hot inside of the venue. Just keep it plain, keep it simple. I do, on the other hand, this is a fashion choice that I make that really helps me out during concerts, excuse me. This will help you out if you're not super tall. I mean, I'm 5'7". Since a lot of the shows that I go to are general admission, standing room, I typically, if I'm not at the very front, will end up behind a guy that's taller than me, and it's so annoying because they normally don't dance, so they're just blocking your view the whole entire time. So I've invested in a few shoes that have a platform. You can thank me later. These I got on Amazon years ago. I don't even know the brand or where I got them from. I think I just googled platform shoes and I got these. They're very nice. So these will make me 5'7", maybe like 5'9"-ish, I think. They're super lightweight, so they're very comfortable. So there's that. There's one pair, and then these guys I bought before a Phoenix show in Berkeley. They're just Converse, but with a chunkier sole, so I can actually see. Once again, these are a little bit heavier, actually a lot heavier than the other pair, but they work really well. So the next question I have quite a few opinions on, and it's regarding filming the concert. So I also got to grow up in an era where we didn't have smartphones. I'm gonna be 30 this year, okay? 98% of you that follow me in this channel didn't follow me in my original channel, which was named Seat 75. And in that channel, I used to record concert videos. Yay! I was that asshole that would record concerts. And I would record the whole entire song. I didn't record the whole concert, just songs that I really liked and wanted to rewatch. So personally, I don't have a problem with people filming the concert because everybody enjoys the show differently. The thing I do have a problem with, and my dad is guilty of doing this, and I'm always telling him, like, hey, just be considerate, is how people film the concerts. Whether you're using a phone or a camera, try to decrease the brightness to almost nothing because it's dark. You really don't need to have your phone all the way up. When you do keep your phone this bright, it really affects everyone else because it creates a halo and everyone behind you and next to you will see that bright light. So keep it low, it'll help everyone, and you can still see the screen. And then how you hold the camera or the phone is also something that you should consider. So don't try to do this. This is what my dad does and it's freaking annoying. Pisses me off. It pisses everyone else off because you're blocking the view from the person behind you and your elbows are also getting in whoever is next to you's face. So don't do that. Keep your elbows to yourself. Keep the camera to yourself. Most of the time when I used to record, and when I still record because I still do, but mainly just smaller clips for my Instagram, keep the camera right in front of my face. That way it's not blocking anyone's view. And you can still see right above the camera or the phone. So if people do that, I really don't have a problem. My friends still record songs and I love, I love after a concert looking back and seeing the whole performance. Yeah, I don't really have mixed feelings. I'm all for it as long as people are courteous to those around them. So the next few questions are in Spanish. I will post the question here and translate for you guys. So next question says, what is the most I've spent on a concert or festival? So by far the most expensive festival is still Coachella. And I stopped going to Coachella in 2011, so the price was high, but not as high as it is currently. And apart from just paying the ticket price, you also have to consider hotel prices are up, gas, food, all of that. It was close to $400 with the fees. Now, as far as the most I've spent on a single concert, Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney, this was 2015 when he came and played at Paco Park here in San Diego. It was his first time performing in San Diego in over 30 years, so I wanted to go, obviously, and I wanted to be in the front, and I spent a full paycheck on it. Almost $400 once again on one single show, but it's Paul McCartney, fully justify it, and I enjoyed it a lot. Next question kind of is very appropriate to his weather, is if I have any tips on how to survive under the sun when I'm lining up for shows. Don't skip out on water, even if you're waiting for shows. Drink lots of water. That's definitely the most important tip. Another thing you can do, especially if you're lining up outside of a venue that doesn't have any shade, which has happened to me. It happened to me last year when I was waiting outside of the Brooklyn Spiel. You can find ways to shield yourself from the sun. There was a Dollar Tree that was nearby the venue, so myself and other fans went there. We just bought a cheap $1 black umbrella, and that's what we used to shield ourselves. Thankfully the venue was super cool and allowed us to take the umbrella inside, just because they knew that we were waiting there for hours. Another thing that I did during those Phoenix shows at the Brooklyn Steel is, I wouldn't recommend this, but hey, it worked. I just found a piece of cardboard and I made a little house out of it. And that was another way that I shielded myself from the sun, but definitely try to do that. If it's really sunny, definitely try to shield yourself from the sun, or take turns with whomever you're with so they can line up for a little bit and then you can just walk around or sit in the shade and relax and cool yourself down. That's something that I also do quite a lot. Don't skip out on any meals either, because you don't want to go inside of the concert feeling weak. So eat if you can. If you feel like you're gonna lose your spot, I mean, I feel like it's never gonna happen, especially if you kind of form a little bond, a little friendship group with the people lining around you. Typically, they've always been cool with me, you know, going and walking around and eating something. If you are waiting around by yourself and you don't have anyone else to talk to, just make sure you go with a few portable batteries. It'll save yourself from dying of boredom. How much time do I wait after a concert to see if the band will come out and sign autographs? So this, once again, it all depends if there's a trend of that band or artist meeting fans. Can't guarantee you that by waiting half an hour or an hour you will meet whomever you want to see. So you do have to put that amount of research in, just making sure they do that. But it really, I can't tell you how long you're gonna wait. Sometimes, like I mentioned before, I can wait 15 minutes and then they'll come out really quick. Other times they come out after an hour or 2 or 3. Yes, it has happened. You just never know. So if you're trying to get something autographed, you better have a lot of time to just lounge and wait. I feel like a lot of people ask me about tips on how to meet artists because of Phoenix. Their situation, they created a very safe space for them to like come out and talk to fans. So what they did during their last tour, they had residencies, so they played 3 to 5 shows at a specific venue, and then they had an after party that was for anyone, so fans, friends, fellow music people. So that was really cool. It's very unique. I've never seen another band or artist do something like that. So not every single band is as generous as Phoenix. It's really hot, but we're almost done. We're almost done and my battery's about to die. So the last question is if if I've ever gotten mad or fought with anyone that has bothered me during a concert. So I haven't fought. I'm very shy, very non-confrontational. I don't like getting in people's faces, but if they do bother me, first I will give them kind of a death glare, kind of one of these. Like, hey buddy, can you please stop doing that? And if that doesn't work, then I will do a combination of the death glare and also like, hey, can you please stop, you're bothering me. This is a very simple statement. See if that works. If it doesn't work, then I'll tell the security guard, this is assuming I'm in the very front, I'll be like, hey, buddy over here won't stop pushing me, and then they'll kind of flash do one of these with a flashlight, like, hey, if you don't stop bothering these girls, I'm gonna kick you out. There was one time at Coachella though that this one guy that was so high off, I don't know what drugs, got in my friend's face, and I got really mad because if I'm shy, she was even shyer, and I did get in his face and he almost did punch me. But since I was in the very front, the security guard saw that and he just yanked the guy from that area. He's like, that's not a way you talk to ladies. And that was very nice. Oh, there was also the one time I was at the same Paul McCartney show in San Diego, so 2015, and everyone around me was dancing. I was dancing, I was standing up enjoying the show, and the people behind me didn't want to stand up. They kept telling me to sit down, and I was just kind of like ignoring them, like, no, I'm gonna enjoy all the Beatles songs like this. All right, so my battery actually did die. So I'm gonna have to finish the video with my front facing camera. So I was still dancing and the people behind me were still getting really mad and telling me to sit down. So finally they hit a nerve and I turned around and I was like, you know what? I didn't pay almost $400 fucking dollars to sit down and enjoy Paul McCartney. If I wanted to do that, I would have just stayed at home and listened to him. And I got really mad. That's not exactly what I said, but I did drop an F-bomb to baby boomers, annoying baby boomers. And after that, they shut up and they actually stood up and danced. Probably had a better time. So that happened, but it does take a lot for me to get that mad and get in someone's face. So doesn't typically happen, but it has. If you have any other questions regarding concerts, regarding music, let me know in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to answer them. But I hope this video was kind of helpful. I know I still rambled, which I try not to do, but it's me you're talking about. I ramble a lot. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!